The day after protesters took to the streets, heavy police and military presence was observed. Debris from the previous day's clashes remained, with burnt-out vehicles and rubble strewn across streets. Mozambique's largest hospital said that at least 3 people were killed and 66 injured during the clashes. And fatalities add to at least 18 people killed in earlier protests since the October 9 poll, which the opposition claims was rigged. Now, some groups have given a higher toll, with Mozambique's Centre for Democracy and Human Rights reporting 34 deaths overall. For more on this, we speak to DECIDE Executive Director Dr Wilker Dias. Good afternoon, Dr Dias. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. It's been weeks of unrest and unfortunately bloodshed. But can you firstly confirm the death toll since the start of this protest, especially because we've got these figures, different figures from different parties?
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for this opportunity. We have only 4 yesterday. We have 4 deaths confirmed right now. We are search if we have more or not, but confirmed with all details. We have 4 only yesterday. In total, if we make the analysis from 21 October to the date, we have around 28 deaths. 4 injured by shooting by real bullets from the police. We have at this moment around 35 people are shooting by the police, and the injuries in total. We will put the other things are happening during this protest. We have more than 200 persons that are injuries at this moment. Or in the other part, we have people are illegal arrested during this process. We have right now around 729 persons are arrested during this process. But I think right now we are working with the Bar Association. We have more than 50% of these people are arrested in freedom right now.
Is there capacity to attend to those that have been injured? Are hospitals able to deal with this number?
The hospital, yes, have capacity to deal with this number, but some parts of the country during this protest don't give the good conditions for some people. I have one report, for example, in Nacala Porto, we have 3 people are shooting, but the doctors on this part in particular are removing people very early, and you don't give enough to try to solve this. But in the other parts in Mozambique, we have a good treatment. If you go, for example, to Inhambane, you go into some parts in Maputo and etc. We have one exemplar attainment for the people of the health service.
And then for those arrested, are there a number of legal practitioners that perhaps are assisting on a pro bono basis to perhaps have them released?
Yes, the people from that association work in the pro bono. Our work, like a platform, the site, is to have the numbers of the people and the local and the names, and we share with that association. That association work with the other others during this process and try to solve this problem. Right now, the most important, it's not only to have these numbers or to try to help that people, but is to try to give some support to their families are lost, that members. It's a big number so we have, and the people we injured is also, we have people who don't have any conditions to live or to support with that crisis. So we try to give us some support. Our the side platform, the Geração 18 de Março, also we try to push and to have this access. But I think in the future we'll try to work to put the responsibility to the actors of this all, I think, massacring all this process in Mozambique. I think this is the paper of the commander, and the Ministry of the Interior is the person we give the responsibility for that all acts.
Now, the Libombo port of entry and the Risano Garcia border have been partially reopened, suggesting tensions have somewhat quelled. But is this the reality on the ground?
Yes, very complicated right now to say something about the border. In our side, it's Risano Garcia. But the only thing I know, it's created some big problems, economic problems. If you have 1 day of our border closed, we lost more than 1 billion meticais. So it's too much money. And I think in the side of South Africa, in the Libombo border, lost so many money also. But for now, we need to do the other things like rebuilding our building and etc. We need the new computers, we need the new vehicles and etc. So I think this is the big.
Pardon me for interjecting there, just in the interest of time. Has calm been restored in Maputo specifically?
I don't know how many times or the time, a specific time we need to restore, but because this is not finished yet. We saw so many satisfaction with the people. This is not only a political problem, like the other people said. This is also the social problem. If you don't find some solution to try to solve that problem, maybe you can rebuild Maputo, rebuild the other province, and after that we will see the same thing. So this is the one question we need to study and see the movement, not only for the opposition here in Mozambique, but it's very important to see the other side. The other side is the government side and the party in the power, because they have the responsibility to try to find some solution, political and social at this moment.
So meaning that the elections or what happened there has really served as a catalyst to bring to the fore the real social issues that you speak of?
Yes, this is the one for one people here in Mozambique to try to protest all those things that are happening in the other side. You see, for example, the Islamic community going to the streets at this moment to protest for the kidnapping happening with the people of that community. We have, for example, the doctors in the hospitals and etc. Make the protest at this time because we don't have a good condition in the hospital. So this is a big ball, I think, big snowball, because we have so many problems, and the people find that way to try to put out all those problems what Mozambique have right now.
All right, Dr. Dias, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. That's Dr. Wilker Dias, Executive Director of Decide Platform.